noche, tu programa de política e información social comienza ahora. It's Tuesday evening, your award-winning political and information show. Listen to me starts now.
Bueno, mi gente, hoy es martes 12. It is Tuesday, 7 p.m., and we're here in the award-winning show, Listen to Me. I'm JJ Rodriguez with my host of good friends that are joining me this Tuesday, and we have a packed house. We have guests that are going to talk about different and a variety of different topics. Vamos a estar hablando de muchos temas y muchos tópicos hoy, pero lo primero que tengo que hablar yo hoy es sobre el sacudión que le dio Puerto Rico, un temblor. Yo creo que era Carmen Yulín que se estaba levantando esta tarde, pero no sabemos, estaremos averiguando. I thought it was Carmen Yulín waking up and she fell off her bed, and that was the earthquake that hit Puerto Rico this morning at 9 a.m. in the morning. 9 p.m. in the morning. 9 a.m. in the morning. We don't know. We will still figure it out if Carmen Yulín was the one who caused the earthquake. Anyway, a lot of people were kind of worried, but again, sensationalist media was saying that things were happening in Puerto Rico. No, the roads in Puerto Rico are like that with potholes and holes. It was not the tremor nor the earthquake that caused those holes. And if those holes were not there, believe me, they were there. They just looked now. Mi gente, ¿cómo estamos? Este es otro episodio de Listen to Me a través de todos los Estados Unidos, a través de Radio UNT.net, in thousands and thousands and thousands of computers, homes, tablets. It's like the 1940s when the TV was coming out and radios were everywhere. Now the internet is the new and fascinating thing that we have to go on. Bueno, mi gente, in some of the news, the rolling blackouts are occurring in Venezuela, so Maduro is trying to create more friction. The United States has told their diplomatic core group from Caracas, Venezuela, to leave, not because anything's going on. It's that, first of all, Maduro can't guarantee the safety of the people of the United States in there. Second of all, the gasoline reserves that the embassy had is running low. So I guess they're not gonna be able to work their computers and stuff like that. So, hey, I don't even know why they're in Venezuela. Get the hell out of there, you know? Third thing that we got to ponder is, are we going to start playing the diplomatic game, or are we going to do what we did in Panama and get Maduro out of there? The same thing we did in Panama with Noriega. Let's do the same thing in Venezuela. Get the people of Venezuela back in track, and I think that would be easier because they're tired of the blackouts. They're tired of the lack of medicines. They're tired of the oppression that there's in Venezuela, and we're going to talk about that in a little while. Now, we live in a society where America is free. Oh, yeah, and Mr. Darren Soto, we got 2 cents to pick with you in a little while. America is based on a political system that offers opportunities for the electorate to choose. But when you choose loyalty to one or the other party, or even to the biggest party that's out there, the NPAs, the non-political affiliations, you have to understand that there's a fluidity of people coming in and out of both parties. We understand that. But when you commit to one, and you commit to trying to help one of those parties, you're asked about loyalty. And that's the question today. Both parties has this. One party calls it Dinos, the other party call it Rhinos. Republicans in name only and Democrats in name only. Well, today, we're going to be speaking about Rhinos. Republicans in name only. Why? Because they say they're doing something for the benefit of the Republican Party, but it looks like they're not. And I'm sorry, we are going to mention one person today. One person. Because that person has a history of causing certain distress, malaise, malestar, burps, whatever you want to call it. But this his name is, first and last name is Randy Ross. And I'm sorry, Randy, this is an open show, not against you. Because personally, I don't have nothing against you, brother. But the problem is that you've done certain things in the history of knowing you that's a little bit strange and a little bit odd, and it falls within the definition of being a rhino. Republican in name only. So my first couple of minutes, we're gonna talk about Mr. Randy Ross and what he has done within the Republican Party and within the Republican Executive Committee, and why I think, my opinion and my opinion alone, I think he's a rhino. Do we believe that we should give people second chances? Yeah, but with Randy, it's a problem of a second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth chance. And there has to be a halt at one way or another. And brother, you're not doing the right things. You're not creating division. I mean, you're not creating unity, you're creating division. Estás creando una división. And the danger of it is, my own observation is, within OCREC, you're creating a division between the Hispanics and the African Americans within OCREC. And I'll tell you a little bit why. Now, there's a gentleman with me, Joel. He's the executive director of the Orange County Republican Executive Commission. Joel, say hello to everybody. This is your first time here and listen to me. I'm sorry that it's in these types of circumstances, but we gotta put to the public eye what is going on with this person.
Well, JJ, I appreciate the invitation, and it's always a pleasure to talk. It's always a pleasure to talk with you and anybody who's concerned about the Republican Party and what direction we're going. We're an active organization, and we want everybody to know that we are here, and we are going to be going to every single event that we possibly can. So make sure you go to your events and enjoy them, and look for the orange tent that says Orange County Republican Executive Committee.
Exactly. Good. And talking about that, before we talk, you do have the flyer of an event. You want to shoot that event out, please, real quickly. Please. Yeah.
Absolutely. Seminole County Republican Executive Committee and the Orange County Republican Executive Committee have gotten together to bring the movie Unplanned to you before anybody else in the area.
So this is an exclusive screening.
An exclusive screening on Monday, March 25th at 7 p.m. at the AMC Altamont Mall 18. So anybody interested, they should be contacting Kathy Gibson at 407-963-4194 or Michelle Smith at 407-430-5230. We also have a Eventbrite if you want to look for that, or find us on Facebook, Orange County Republican Executive Committee.
All right, good. All right, Joel. So, talk to me a little bit about Randy Ross. What's going on? I know that there's some internal things within OCREC that you may not being able to go into, but this person, he's tried to show some interest in the Republican Party. He wants to try and help. That's where our quagmire are. So can you shed some light on what's going on?
Well, we welcome all Republicans, and as a former Democrat, Randy Ross is one of our active members. He very much supported Trump in 2016, and he was a leader in our community, and he continues to try to take that leadership role. However, he keeps alienating people by taking this role to a more narcissist approach, where he believes that he is the Republican Party in Orange County, and he's lost 2 times to become chairman. I think he has resentment, and that's my personal opinion, and he creates animosity amongst our organization. He took private information and shared it outside the organization. His emails are divisive at times and self-serving. So,
and do they have any base? Because the last email that I saw, there was no base.
Well, a lot of it is self-promotion and to try to tell us that we're not doing the right things. And doing the right things we're doing it differently. Our outreach is going to be different from the way Randy believes the outreach should be conducted. What we're doing to outreach to the African American community, to reach out to the Hispanic community, is going to be much different than what Randy wants. But we're going to do grassroots. We're going to get out there and we're going to talk the language that we need to talk so they understand our conservative values and how they relate to them. Now, I've been in Panama. I was stationed there in the Army. I would talk to a Panamanian totally different than I would talk to a Puerto Rican. I would talk to a Mexican totally different than I would talk to a Panamanian. So Hispanics, you can't just group them. So we need to be targeted conversations with our Hispanic community. And that's one of our problems. We always seem to try to group them together, give them the same message, and never understand why they don't get our conservative values.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, I don't know if you know, but Randy Ross started coming to my show when my show was just starting in the first year. We opened up the doors because when I met him in Sedanos, he told me that he was the chair for Trump, which then Lou Marine told me that he was one of the people working there. And so there's where the conflict of information started. But again, I said, hey, there's a let's work on it. So I did some phone banking. I did some work with him. I met some very interesting people. One of those was Mrs. Ford, Robbie Ford, which was a very, very good person and always guided me with very good advice as I traveled through OCREC and all that stuff. Salud! So basically, yes, we're live in the studio. So basically, that is one thing that he got his itch for radio and for being in public service. He started knowing what this medium could do was through me. That was one. So I'm sorry, Randy, I'm going to call it as I see it. You know about radio and online radio stations by me. The thing is that you wanted to stick to traditional radio because you thought you could attract more viewers, and no, I am so sorry. You're not knocking me out. You chose the same. At one time, you chose the same hour, and you were losing viewers before you were gaining viewers. I know that because I was keeping track, and not because I had anything against you. All I said to you was, dude, I think you should choose another day. Do it. There's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. You chose Tuesday, and you still are doing your shows Tuesday right after my show finishes. So, really, really, really weird. That's one. Two, in Kissimmee, when the president was going to speak, you told your minions that there was no more space for me, that I had to go home because first, I was too poor to speak, and second, that there were no more tickets. So, dude, you wanted to create history for yourself. That was strike two with me. 3 and 4 was you never said anything about the statehood of Puerto Rico, which you told me you were going to do, and that you were going to talk to the president of the United States about statehood of Puerto Rico. You never did it. You did I for Puerto Rico, which I'm very grateful you, but I realized that it was a publicity stunt. Every time you talked about I for Puerto Rico, you never mentioned statehood for Puerto Rico. All you mentioned was what was going on. And all of a sudden, when I appeared in Puerto Rico and started talking about the aid for Puerto Rico, then you questioned me, why didn't I mention I for Puerto Rico? Well, if you didn't remember, you never gave me a t-shirt. You know who gave me an I4 t-shirt? Pete Crotty. Pete Crotty was the one who gave me a t-shirt. Weeks after I'd come back from Puerto Rico. And then the straw that breaks my camel's back, I'm at a meeting with permission to have the floor, and I'm speaking about the plight of Puerto Ricans and how the African American community had, after years of struggle, in the Black History Month, after years of struggle, have got their equality of votes and gotten from their second-class citizen to first-class citizen, but there are yet 3.3 million American citizens that cannot vote for their United States senator, does not have their congressional districts, and yet you want to come up and stand up and congratulate Beverly trying to create a division between the Hispanic Republicans and the African American Republicans? Why, Randy? What is the ulterior motive? I launched that question, and you know my phone number. It's 321-439-8218. I know you're not on the air yet, and you're not calling. I don't even have a text message because you're not going to call, dude. Because it is time that you smell the napalm, because I'm launching napalm right now. Dude, you got to understand, you're either a Republican or you're out. You lost. And you lost because of your own narcissistic and, I'm sorry, stupid ways, because you wouldn't listen to advice. Because I know you had very good people around you. I know it. I knew the same people you knew. You know, I'm not a newcomer to the scene. You know, I've been in OCREC many more years before you did. You even admitted it yourself. Then you come up and you go against the same people that were your friends. Now you're shooting them in the foot. And I'm talking about Mr. Ford. And this stupidity that you want to create some stupid, asinine situation to create more division. Why? Because you lost an election that you should have worked harder. If you wanted that election, you should have worked harder, Randy. And you didn't. And now you're doing activities to undermine OCREC. You're doing activities to undermine HRO. You're undermining work that other true African American Republicans are doing. Why? You don't see the definition of a rhino there? I'm telling you. Again, look at my phone. My phone's not ringing. He's not going to call. My dear brother, please, can you, Joel, can you please shoot? And guys, it's not something that I have against him, because I've known him for time. But enough is enough. You're either in the party or you're out of the party. You just don't do these asinine things. And as one of my friends said, there are these types of individuals in both parties. But this is in the Republican Party. This is the one that I love here in Orange County, that I want to try and make a difference. And you're trying to create division. So you tell me if I'm stupid or not, where this division, where this intent of chaos is going to help us. Joe, where's that showing of Unplanned again? If you got that flyer back up, or you wanted to say something?
No, I have it down, but it's on that. Our showing of Unplanned is on March 25th. I'm sure that Randy's group and their showing to compete with OCREC, another competition being created, is 2 days later. But on March 25th at 7 o'clock at the AMC in Altamont Springs, we will be showing it. And please go on Eventbrite, find our, or go on Facebook and find our invitation. Please get your ticket now. They're going fast, and we would love to see you there.
Good. So what else I see you have something there. What's going on there?
Oh, I was going through my Randy Ross emails because one of the things that we talked about and kind of got your interest is Randy talks about addition and subtraction when he talks about the Republican Party, and it's so, to me, Democrat, because they only talk in addition and subtraction. What we want to do is we want to multiply this party. We want to do it fast. We want to convince people that the conservative values that we have, that our president has a great plan. We want to multiply. What Randy seems to want to do is he wants to divide. So we're talking big numbers. We're not talking small numbers like Randy. So I was just going through my emails because this is the language that he speaks. He talks about himself. He talks about the party in very small terms. And then he brings it back to himself. So to use the president to gain momentum, that's the thing that he wants to do. But it's not about, it's not about Randy. It's about the Republican Party. Exactly. And that's what we're trying to talk about. We're trying to have a conversation about the Republican Party, but we're focused on Randy and the things that we shouldn't be focused on.
Exactly, because we have a very hard task ahead of us for 2020. We have to organize our precincts. We have to organize our candidates. We have to educate our candidates so the fiasco that happened last time doesn't happen. Understanding that the board was new, right, Joel? So there's a lot of pressure on OCREC right now to be able to deal with this. But as you're saying, Joel, with and I figured it out. He changed his hour. He finishes right when I'm starting. Well, at least he respects that. He knows I'm gonna kick his butt either before or after in ratings. So let him suffer and bleed it out, man. Because you don't get 3.3 million worldwide, 1 million in Florida, and 83 countries, Randy. 83 freaking countries. I'm sorry, I'm not pumping my own behind here. It's the facts. You don't get the 83 countries and 3 years of being on online radio and on new media. You don't get nominated twice to the Paolis. You don't win the Sacro Imperio Awards. These are Spanish-speaking medias and Spanish-speaking reporters that have seen my work. Randy, what the hell have you done other than self-promoting yourself? So, papi, tú sabes qué? Listen to me is the cure for all liberal afflictions. Take once a week every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Understand it, Randy. Live it, learn it, abide by it. My dear brother, what else have you there?
So JJ, you were talking about the Puerto Rican community, and I resonate with that because I find that our Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, they're close. And one thing that the Republican Party has always had, call me naive, but I've read it in the platform, is that we support statehood for Puerto Rico.
Good.
As a party. And if we're not shouting that, if we're not, embracing that, we were talking and I was saying, look, what we need to do is with your leadership in OCREC and other Puerto Rican leaders to get you together and let's create US 51. Let's create a nonprofit that can raise money and get that message out to the people that we as Republicans, we want statehood for Puerto Rico.
All right. So, yep. Let me see. Who texted me here? Okay. All right. Okay. So good. They gave me the enunciation and everything. But Joel, go look. You have something there from. This is an email. No, this is something else.
I'm just trying to get through the emails to try to
cool,
get language, but we have a lot going on in OCREC, and we should be promoting OCREC. And if Randy is a member of OCREC, he needs to be promoting OCREC. He shouldn't be trying the divisive. One individual may have a problem with our organization or something going on, and we need to address everybody, not just one person. And we need to pluck that thorn out, and we need to find out what's going on. If you are a team player, when I was in the United States Army, we played as a team.
Exactly.
We would have great competition with our brothers and sisters in the other services, but when it came to the time of war, we all were on the same team. And Randy seems to talk a war on his radio show. He talks about stuff that he knows nothing about. And if you're going to be in this battle, you better be in it to win it. And the Republican Party in Orange County is now got a team in place that's in it to win it.
Good. And brother, I don't want you to leave yet because I want your opinion on certain other topics that we're gonna talk about other ways. Please look for the flyer again so we could talk about on planning later a little bit again. But now in OCREC, to the distinguished chairman of District 3, he's here. We're going to talk with Douglas. My brother Douglas, we're going to talk with him. But I just want you to know that the executive director, the chairman of OCREC was here. This gentleman has been here many a times. Listen to Me has opened up its doors and its frequencies throughout the internet to be able to take all these messages to not only the Hispanic community, to every community that listens to us through online. and it's very, very important. Brother, I know you sent me the pronunciation of your last name, but you know what? I ain't gonna slaughter it. My dear brother, he's the OCREC chairman of District 3. He represents the district where I live in. I know him as Douglas, but what is your last name? So I don't want to slaughter it. I'm sorry. So you're gonna have to tell me that one. How
Thank
you doing,
you for
brother?
hosting us again. One of the greatest DJs, Douglas Hamatie.
Hamatie, okay.
Yes, Hamatie.
Hamatie. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
Douglas. So you are chairman of District 3. So tell me, what's going on within the District 3 and OCREC, and what's going on right now?
Well, the district is very busy. All of our districts are, but particularly ours. We have a number of new residents that have fled what is about, I'm praying it isn't, but what I believe is about to become an even worse situation in Caracas and throughout Venezuela. There is, as you know, you mentioned earlier, this electricity crisis, which is devastating. Venezuela, I believe the interim president is a gift from God. He truly is. And, you know, some people don't like to hear these things on the radio, live on the radio. He is blessed by the hands of Christ. I've watched this young man, President Juan Guaido, I believe is pronunciation.
Yep, Guaido.
Guaido. And the biggest thing that I know that I'm praying for is that he has guardian angels around him. There are powers that do not want him to succeed. And this is self-evidenced by the fact that we have China, we have Russia, who our great president is trying to reach out a hand of solidarity and work with them, but they're backing the soon-to-be former president of Venezuela. And the power crisis is a catastrophic event. How does this relate into our district and to all the districts of OCREC? We are going to need to welcome the Venezuelans into Orlando, and with respect to our great director here and to all the members of OCREC, we need to welcome them as Americans. We need them to know that this country doesn't stand with them. We stand in all ways besides them to help them. Assimilation into the community, new jobs, new careers, the whole works, finding a place to live, and just to relocate their lives. You know, my family was blessed, as many families were blessed. My mother comes from Lebanon. She's a Christian from Lebanon, and the Lebanese during the Civil War, they had a horrible civil war. Many of them left against their will. Christians, Muslims, people of the Druze religion, they did not want to leave their beautiful homeland. In relation to Venezuela, they had no red carpets. They had no OCREC. It's a very good point. There was no OCREC to help these people when they came to New York and Miami and Detroit. We hope that we can help these soon-to-be new citizens that are going to need massive help. You don't just say to someone, hello, here's a job, here's an apartment, buena suerte, good luck. No, they need psychology, counseling, therapy, to be welcomed if they happen to be of the Christian faith or whatever religion. Exactly. So we want, in particular, I know that I want to present to the executive board that we can help these Venezuelans make Orlando and Central Florida and the USA their new home. I have a story about which relates again to what you asked about what we're doing in District 3. We have these three new princesses, as I like to call them. Congresswoman Alexandria Cortez Ocasio and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. Now, two of the three are Middle Eastern. One of them is a Boricua. I believe she's Puerto Rican,
Yeah, she's
Mrs.
Puerto
Cortez.
Rican.
I have a friend, very good friend, originally from Brooklyn, New York. His father and mother, extremely successful business people. Noel and Huda Hanna, originally from Syria and Lebanon. They're Catholic, hardworking people. Well, their son Malik, who's a good friend of mine, Malik Hanna, just decided one day he was going to leave Brooklyn, go to LA. The guy's become a singer, an actor, and an entertainer. I mean, tremendously talented guy. Do these three congresswomen have the right to say to my friend, this hardworking, puts 80 hours a week into a work week, hey, we're going to take half your car. We're going to take half your paycheck. We're going to take half your beautiful apartment in Malibu. No, they don't. And the socialists are trying to do that. And these three congresswomen are trying to do that. Point I'm making is we need to stand strong as a district and as a party to remind people that the Republican Party is the party for business growth, for helping each other out, for prosperity. The Democrats have become socialists. They truly are. truly have and truly are. And I share that because it is very, very imperative that we work together, and that we as a district, with all of our districts, come together when the people of our great, as I refer to it, soon to be 51st state. We're not
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. We all came together. We all came together. The people like Robbie Ford and Jim Ford, the backbone people of OCREC, our chairman, our vice chairman, Lou Marin. I mean, and our wonderful executive director. I mean, the hard work, the hours of never, when is it my turn for accolades? No, these people that I see them, they're quiet. They're in the background, working hard. People like Kathy Gibson, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like yourself, as an example.
you.
The time you have so many topics to discuss, and you give it back to wanting to remind people in our community of who really cares for them. So I really believe that our district and the other districts are going to become very busy in the next few weeks and months.
All right.
With helping these people.
I did keep my promise. I did give to the executive board the 25 tickets.
Thank you.
To Bohemia. So we in your district, you could start saying, "Hey, contact OCREC for Bohemia, April 13th." I'm sorry, shameless plug. I'm like that. Anyway, but you're right. I do think that we have to work together and try to find common ground to be able to fight forward, because you're right. And we just came out of a midterm election that was brutal. It was brutal. I mean, Gilliam wanted to give everything under the sun. And Bill Nelson was another one saying, I follow him. Thank God that we have Rick Scott and we have DeSantis as governor and senator respectively.
I know him as Ronnie. Before you guys know him as Governor DeSantis.
Well,
I know him way back. He's a dedicated gentleman. His lovely wife, great family, good Italian foundation. The fact of the matter is he has ideas to help our state, our city, our county. I reiterate again, though, I have been engaging with people from all walks of life. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the lady at the chiropractor this morning or the guy the other day at the Wawa station, people are concerned. But I remind people without crossing boundaries, because we do live in a world, we do live in a society that you cannot. At my work the other day, and God forgive me for saying this on the air, somebody said, put your cross inside your shirt. We don't want to see your cross. And I told them, that's not going to happen. This country was established and founded for the better enrichment for the future, for giving people an opportunity, lest we forget, away from what? The crown. And with the most respect, of course, to England, we cannot allow our country to go in the direction that Almighty God does not want it to go to. And I do believe that if in the next election, if we do not re-elect this president, we will have consequences that we've never even dreamed of seeing. I'm assuming you agree with me.
I do, because the thing of it is we won't have cows, we won't have airplanes, we won't have gasoline. We're talking about a projection of bankruptcy to the amounts of trillions and trillions of dollars if this Green New Deal gets implemented by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Puerto Rico, under a Democratic presidency, will never become a state. No. I'm sorry. It will never, because they know that Puerto Rico will flip. They will understand that Puerto Rico may have its first Democratic senators and some representatives in Congress, then all of a sudden, in the next cycle, boom, all of them are going to switch Republican, because they are not in tune to a socialist understanding. And it hurts me, but if you look at what Puerto Rico is, it is a quasi-socialist state. It has the Puerto Rican electrical power is owned by the state. The water authority is owned by the state. The telephone company was owned by the state till it was sold, and then they told everybody in Puerto Rico was, "Why are you doing that?" I says, "Dude, because it was losing money."
The fact happens to be, my friend, that I'm young, you're young. The younger generation, I truly don't believe they understand what the foundation of socialism is. I actually met while she was on the campaign trail, pretty random, by the way. I met Miss Cortez, did not know who she was. I put it all together within a matter of 30 seconds, rather 15 seconds. She won based on not just promises that simply aren't formidable, they're not realistic. She won based on people's emotions. And that's another topic for another day. But her goals, they're just not realistic. I want to ask you a question now. You're a very experienced radio host. Mm-hmm. Would you hire me to be a co-experienced radio host without the experience? Why would you do that?
Well,
why? Because I have a nice, good-looking, charming face? No, you don't have the talent.
You look good on TV, bro. No, but the thing of it is
she
that
has no experience.
She has no experience. She right now, and we're talking about Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. She's being investigated for campaign finance violations.
Well, let's take it a step further. What about Congresswoman Ilhan Omar or Rashida Tlaib? It's no secret, because I publicly share it at every opportunity. My family are Christians first, Lebanese, Middle Eastern second. But we respect, as United States citizens, the right for Israel to exist. I respect the right for Israel to exist. I have empathy, live on the radio station, for the Palestinian people. I do. I believe that they should be equal in citizenship. I believe that they have equal rights. Let me be clear. But what are these congresswomen to use vulgarities about our president, to make anti-Semitic remarks, and Mrs. Cortez is right behind them with a big support hand? What are they doing? You're going to disrespect our only ally. That you think Saudi Arabia has been an ally of ours? No. Israel has been the longest standing ally since it came into the state of Israel in 1948. How do you not show them respect? I saw Judge Jeanine Pirro, who's actually a very good friend of ours from Fox, being bashed this morning on her comments about these two congresswomen, the new congresswomen, the first two ever Muslim congresswomen. I will not say on or off the air that America shouldn't have Islamic congresswomen or congressmen. God bless everybody. Everybody has a right and opportunity. You want to bash Israel? You want to bash President Trump? This Rashida Tlaib lady, who was recently in Orlando, I don't know if you know this, she recently had a big venue, and certain huge Democrats, not going to mention any names, two of them are prominent attorneys, you can use imagination, hosted her and all these wonderful things. And that's great. You hosted a woman who's clearly anti-Semitic. You hosted a woman who used a 4-letter vulgar word. I won't even share the acronyms live or off the air, describing our president. Not my president, our president. He is our president. You don't like him, ma'am. You shouldn't have run for Congress. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a hard-working, dedicated career.
Don't tell that to Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. She said, I can't make it to Washington, D.C. Oh, by God, now I have $1 million in my pack.
Whether you have $1 million in your pack or not, it does not give the image when you're on live television, as this Palestinian congresswoman did, and she said that specific word about our president. There is absolutely no way to excuse that or justify that. This is where the Democrats are going. They're not going left. They're going past Hawaii into the Japanese Strait. I believe it's called the Japanese Strait.
Yep.
That's how far left they're going. And we as Republicans absolutely need to make and bring awareness to the current Democrats that the only way forward is with us. We've got plenty of opportunities for them to change their registration.
I've always said, the Democrats don't want Puerto Rico to become a state because they don't want to change the stars on the flag. Okay, let's stick all the Democrats into California, make it its own republic, knock off that flag, give the Puerto Rico, it's still 50 stars. We solve a problem.
And the end result doesn't solve the problem.
In itself, I know. It's a kind of a comedic way of looking at it because, no, we don't want one state to leave. But, my brother, the thing of it is that they did what they could to get elected. Because I'm not going to deny, they got elected. Congratulations. Unfortunately, the hypocritical idiosyncrasia of the Democratic Party is they think that they get elected to mandate their electorate. They're wrong. They're there to do the bidding and wills of their district. And if they fail that, which I think they're doing, they're shooting themselves in the foot, they're going to lose big time.
It isn't just a matter of losing big time. Look at our former director of the FBI, Mr. Mueller, who is continuously working on trying to come up with something when there's nothing there. You got to give kudos to the FBI that they managed to clamp down after a year's investigation, charging actors and actresses in Hollywood with this pay for admittance into Ivy League schools for these wealthy stars' children. Well, why can't they do that in prosecuting our illustrious former Secretary of State, Mrs. Clinton? Why is it that this true witch hunt just doesn't seem to come to an end? Our president has done nothing. Leave the man alone. Work with him. It's not rocket science.
In magic, they call that a prestige. Why? Because while they're doing something in this hand, they're hiding what they're doing in this hand. Again, what's going on with the scandal of the pay-for-play for tuitions is a smokescreen to distract the citizens of the United States from looking on what's going on with the Mueller report. The Mueller report will have to come out because that witch hunt has to finish.
Yeah, competence has no end game.
Exactly. Now, we're going to talk about our other favorite Democratic congressman, and for that I got my friend over here, Carlos Guzmán. How you doing, papi? Come on over here to the front here. ¿Cómo tú estás, mijo? Que tú estabas ahí
disfrutando de la conversación.
¿Verdad? Como tú dijiste, 3 años, mijo. Season number 3, papi. How you think about that? ¿Verdad? I still remember you came from with what you told me. Mira, I'm coming, but I'm finishing from gardening. Estaba haciendo unas cosas en mi jardín y viniste en unos pantaloncitos cortos and you were like comfortable, papi. Now I'm the one in short pants.
Good. Estoy feliz de estar aquí.
Me alegro. Pues mi hermano, tú me enviaste un artículo sobre Congressman Darren Soto que él no quiere que las leyes de cabotaje se acaben en Puerto Rico. Eso es cierto.
Bueno, esa es una de las cosas. Acuérdate que él, como pues demócrata, pues firmó uno de esos oaths de que tú estás hablando, y obviamente tiene que seguir las direcciones del partido.
¿Eso es así?
Y como las uniones son los que le financian pues bastante de sus campañas y de muchos otros, pues él tiene que pues hacer lo que ellos digan, básicamente. Y eso es una de las cuestiones de las uniones que no quieren eliminar la ley de cabotaje, y él pues obviamente está
a favor de que
a su amo.
And it's true because the Jones Act, what happens is, and Representative Darren Soto, that he says he's the champion of Puerto Rico and he's doing all these things for Puerto Rico. Now he comes up and he falls and he aligns himself with the Democratic Party and the Democratic Party donors that got him in power and are trying to keep him in power. And those are the unions that operate the shipping industry that brings stuff from the mainland United States into the ports of Puerto Rico. It's known as the Jones Act. It's in Spanish, Ley de Cabotaje. This means that if we eliminated that, Puerto Rico would be able to negotiate like other states with other shipping avenues that would be cheaper to bring stuff in and out of Puerto Rico. And it's one of the main crucial things because since Puerto Rico's economy is bankrupt, trying to save money is crucial. So, mi pregunta, Carlos, ¿por qué entonces, él quiere jugar a su nivel, a sus peones políticos, pero ¿por qué entonces él dice que quiere ser campeón de Puerto Rico, pero quiere que sigamos pagando bankrupt, quiere que sigamos pagando los precios de las uniones, de los barcos americanos?
Esa es la hipocresía, pero no todo está malo, no todo está perdido. O sea, en 3 años que estaba en el Congreso, por fin produjo algo, un brochure que se llama el Blueprint.
El famoso, the famous Blueprint. Yeah, otra cartita más.
Y eso pues te da a ti la oportunidad, te aprovecha, imprímelo en tu computadora y vas a hacer daño y haces una compra de 100 pesos con eso.
You know, this is again the Democratic idiosyncrasies, and that's why Bill Nelson as a senator lost, because he was saying, what was his no, I have written to Congress, I have championed for Puerto Rico. Now it's like my brother Carlos is saying, Now Darren Soto came out with a blueprint that is necessary for the congressman to abide by for the reconstruction of Puerto Rico. Dude, what we need is you to support, he co-sponsored the admission bill and he doesn't even know where it is.
Well, Stephanie Murphy's done more for Puerto Rico than Darren Soto.
That's another one that's like, and Val Demings. Look, what's Val Demings, Stephanie Murphy, and Darren Soto, brother, Look, I'm going to say this. I know that within Stephanie Murphy's, Val Demings, Darren Soto's, there are pieces of their three districts that run in Orange County. I know what you and I spoke in that meeting, and I know your frustration, but I'm going to come out and say it in the air. We need you, bro. You can't go. You can't go.
Well, that's great.
All right.
Say.
I just want you to. I just want to hear it from a true Republican, a Hispano. Te necesitamos. We need you. Yeah. It's all I'm going to say about that. I respect whatever was written in that, but I'm going to tell you we need it. And you know why we need you, bro? Val Demings, Stephanie Murphy, and Darren Soto. That's all I say. You want me to go further?
I have to second that.
Jerry Demings, Maribel Cordero. I'm sorry about Mayra Uribe, but if Mayra Uribe doesn't declare herself a conservative, she's taking money from Obama. So we need to change that atmosphere.
Well, one of the benefits we have right now is we have the MPA races, okay? Mm-hmm. So we have an opportunity to have candidates get on the ballot that can show who they are without labels. And we can have real conservatives that the people of Orange County will meet and understand that they're good people with good intentions, and with a conservative message, we can save Orange County.
That is true. Hold on a second. This you want to get a kick. Papi, y el partido ese de Movimiento Ciudadano en Puerto Rico.
Me sorprende porque Lúgaro había dicho que ella no creía en los partidos políticos ni nada de eso, y entonces ahora, claro, es un movimiento ciudadano, pero aparentemente lo van a inscribir y lo van a hacer partido. Lo único que he oído hasta ahora es que no van a aceptar donaciones de corporaciones ni tampoco del fondo electoral, o sea que va a ser con donaciones pequeñas.
So $1 million, the $1 million that the Puerto Rican Election Committee gives to these new parties, they're not going to take it.
Donaciones pequeñas. Por ejemplo, como Bernie Sanders.
Like Bernie Sanders is doing.
Bernie Sanders lo ha aprobado. O sea que si tú realmente le das una esperanza al pueblo te respalda.
I don't know what yeah, I could understand Bernie Sanders' appeal to people and going small donations. Pick up the mic. So básicamente I understand that. But the thing of it is, first of all, in Puerto Rico, where there is a lot of turmoil, political turmoil, they use a logo that's similar to the Maduro logo. Diferentes colores. Está con la B media. It's different, but it's so close.
It runs thick in their blood. Maduro isn't even Venezuelan, as you know.
Yeah.
You do know that.
Yeah, but he's
Colombian.
He's Colombian. So
once a thief, always a thief.
So that's the thing. But the thing is that this new political movement in Puerto Rico is mimicking Maduro's political logo, just switching colors.
What they're doing is they're marketing on the people's emotions versus the people's logic. They are not accompanying the people with logistical and more thought-out, theory-based decision-making. These people are hungry, which is what and how, if I'm not mistaken, this is how Hugo Chavez succeeded as long as he did. This is how Maduro succeeded as long as he did. It worked for the Castros. For how long did it work for the Castros? It worked for the Castros for more than half a century to work on the people's emotions without really thinking of what the end result would be.
Well, we have a caller. So, hello, do you hear me?
Hello, yes.
Hi, who's this?
This is Isaac Abdel Messiah.
Oh, how you doing, Isaac? And where are you calling us from?
Good. I want to thank you all for what you're saying on the air right now.
Thank you. What point?
What?
What point? We were talking about a
can't
lot of
hear
things. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. What point did you like?
Our city of Orlando, it's starting to get run down. I mean, we have people, we have Congress, men and women who aren't really doing anything for Orlando, and we have, like you said before, Jerry Demings. He keeps coming, and he's not really doing anything. We also have Buddy Dyer, who doesn't really do anything for the homeless community for Orlando, and we're not getting that much representation as we should be getting.
That is good. Are you registered to vote, my friend?
Not right now. I have family members that are. We are Republicans, so.
Okay, well, good. Well, keep up the good fight. Make sure you talk to your neighbors about our issues. Maybe you could talk to your maybe you could talk to your parents to come visit OCREC. Look up OCREC on Facebook or look up OCREC on the internet and get some more information and get involved. And is there any other questions for my panelists that you would like to ask?
Not right now, but I will say keep up the good work.
Well, I thank you so much for calling our show. Listen to me, and God bless you, and God bless everybody that listens to us.
God bless America. Thank you.
God bless America. Muy bueno. Ahí que nos están escuchando para que ustedes vean que we are listening. I wonder if he gets that too. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to poke him. You don't get these phone calls, man.
Tienes que dar el número más a menudo.
Sí, tengo que dar el numerito, pero lo consiguen por radiount.net, radiount.net, so I'm very glad that they got that. So there's proof that we get phone calls, papi, you know. My dear brother, Carlos, una preguntita, mijo. ¿A ti qué te gusta hacer estos revoluciones de debate y todas esas cuestiones? ¿Cuándo tú me vas a hacer un debate entre William Díaz y yo? Yo quiero otro debate así. Yo quiero. Y cuando hagas unos premiecitos así, nominate me for one of those prizes, man. Come on.
William, yo lo conozco, es mi hermano, y te digo una cosa, él no se retracta de ningún challenge. O sea,
bueno.
Si tú le dices, mira, vamos a debatir un tema en confianza, y tú quieres, yo puedo hablar con él.
So, habla con él, debatimos cualquier tema, excepto el de Venezuela, porque yo no soy venezolano, pero no. Y una cuestión solidaria a la gente de Venezuela, como tú sabes, yo tengo a Mila Márquez aquí, que es venezolana, and to the people of Venezuela, que me están escuchando, que you know that this show, the third country that listens to me out of the 83 countries, it's Venezuela. United States is 1,
Absolutely.
Puerto Rico is 2, Venezuela is 3, and you believe it or not, Cuba's rounding up the fourth.
I hope to all the Venezuelans that hear this that they know that they cannot allow their country to become any more in the level it has become. They absolutely, particularly the police, particularly the secret police, particularly the elder statesman police departments. There's 7 police departments in Venezuela. They have to understand that they cannot continue to live in a narcissistic environment, meaning that it's the police's well-being and that evil man. They must rise up and support this young man. He's 35 years old. He will make a difference. So if the people in Venezuela are listening, all we can say is Viva la Venezuela. And
Viva
they have
Venezuela.
to work. They've got to come together.
Y recemos por Venezuela. Mi hermano Carlos, ¿qué estás haciendo ahora? ¿Hay algunas actividades que están pendientes? ¿Qué estás haciendo?
Bueno, básicamente yo tengo mis negocios privados, pero en la parte comunitaria tenemos ahora el día 6 de abril, sábado, tenemos los Blue Games, que como comienza el mes del autismo, pues vamos a host a la familia que tienen niños con necesidades especiales. Aquí al lado de tu casa, en Nazario Park.
Okay,
tenemos ahí en el 50 Willow Drive, tenemos el sábado 6 de abril, de 11 a 2 de la tarde, vamos a tener ahí a toda la comunidad, el que quiera venir, así que están invitados.
Y yo tengo, perdóname, pero yo estoy como la Comay, que yo tengo pajaritos y investigadores. I have people that talk to me, people that tell me stuff. ¿Tú vas a coger para algo?
O sea, que tú estás igual que ¿quién era? Chávez.
No. con Chávez. No, se chavó Chávez. No, no, espera, pero no me cambies la tortilla. Tú vas a coger para puesto los...
No, jamás, muchachos. Yo tengo cosas que hacer más importantes.
So there's no possibility that you may run for elected position now?
No.
Why not?
No, para nada. Pues yo soy muy
En inglés, por
directo.
favor.
I'm too honest and too direct.
That's
Well, that's what we need. Necesitamos eso.
No. Nobody gets elected by doing that.
That's not true.
Do you think so?
Show me one.
I'll tell you an example. Many years ago, before I was born, the Archbishop of the Greek Orthodox Church in Cyprus, the country of Cyprus in Europe, ran for president. The guy was the president and the Archbishop of the church and the country at the same time. Cyprus flourished. Honest people can win, particularly on the local level. Are you kidding me?
No.
Honest people
I don't
can
know about Cyprus. That
Great little country. It's a great little country, just like Puerto Rico. Beautiful little island. The point is, it can be done. We need more people that are not.
It's a two-party system.
All right, well, Carlos, gracias por regresar. Esta es tu casa. Yo espero que después podamos hablar sobre diferentes temas, porque me gustaría hablar contigo sobre estos debates tanto sociales, políticos, de comunidad. Y yo creo que tú tienes una buena plataforma y hay que regresar al Clarion. Ahora es Piano Bar ahí, así que nos podemos dar unas cuestioncitas ahí. Y la comida es buena.
Mira, voy a decirle eso a William.
Está bien.
Coger la palabra.
Yeah,
Creo
vamos.
que deben hacer un debate aquí y uno en su estación.
Exactamente, podemos hacer uno aquí. Y además podemos hacer uno para cualquier fundación comunitaria y vender las boletas y el dinero que se recaude, entregarlo, porque yo lo hago.
Esa es buena idea.
You know? Because yo sé que él es un hombre que es conocido en la comunidad. Yo soy conocido en la comunidad. Y entonces pues podemos hacer algo bien por la comunidad y diseminar información, porque lo más importante, ¿verdad, Carlos? Es sacar la información para afuera.
Lo más importante es la discusión de las ideas.
Exactamente. Ideas and discussion is that. Douglas, we got a couple of minutes, my dear friend. Joel, thank you so much. A couple of minutes.
Just want to invite everyone on March 15th, 16th, and 17th to the Orlando Family Festival. It is a project that is being sponsored by working with OCREC, and it's at Festival Park, which is at 2911 East Robinson Street. Our very own Judain Jumbalat and Robbie Ford are available if you'd like to volunteer. The 15th, 16th, and 17th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 12 to 6.
Okay, we got a call real quick. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to Listen to Me. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Longwood.
Cool. And do you have a question for your panel?
Oh, no. I just wanted to thank Douglas for doing such a good job as our District 3 chair. You visited my bakery the other day, and it was just awesome meeting him, and I think this is so awesome that you have him on here tonight.
Are you the blonde lady that gave me the everything bagel with the salmon spread? Is that you?
Yes.
Thank you for listening.
All right.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support.
Thank you so much.
Well, you're
Delicious
doing a great
bagels.
job, both
Delicious
of you.
bagels.
Well, thank you.
You're right on point with everything, trust me.
Well, good. Well, ma'am, I thank you so much. Then I will have to ask Douglas, where's the address of that bakery? And I have to go visit your bakery because I am Puerto Rican and I like baked goods. So I have to go try that out, ma'am.
Definitely. Look forward to meeting you, and you have a great one.
Thank you so much. And remember to tell everybody about our show, Listen to Me, that we are the cure for all liberal afflictions. Take once a week, every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Joel, your brother, tell me what else that we have going on before we go.
Remember, we have Unplanned on March 25th. Let's make sure we're out there at 7 o'clock to get your event ticket today so that we can have a full house. And I just want to say that in Orange County, Republican Executive Committee wants you to join us on the fourth Thursday of the month at the Mark Street Senior Center. Please come out, be part of bringing Orange County Republican Party back to prominence.
Thank you so much, Joel. And again, I'm very grateful for all the work you do. For all the work you do, Douglas. Carlos, tú siempre haces un trabajo pero brutal. Así que that's good. We gotta go golfing one day. Let's do something. Anyway, yeah. Latino Open. Okay. May 3rd. All right. Well, we're gonna do that. All right, my friends. We had an awesome time. Tune in to the show that cures liberal afflictions next week, next Tuesday. This is JJ Rodriguez. Listen to me. And we're out.